Hello everybody, welcome to the 300M workshop series. Kyunki tada mein hai maza. Stories. Don't we all love stories? So today we are going to talk about stories. But we are not going to talk about any story. We are going to talk about katha stories. Because katha stories are closely related to 300 million citizens challenge. Katha stories are not just about entertainment. They are not just about morals. Katha stories are an attempt to bring social change by creating social awareness. You must be wondering why and how. Well, Katha stories break stereotypes, whether it is color, caste, or gender. The stories intend to develop personal and leadership skills. The children learn to negotiate and communicate better. The stories also lead to intellectual growth. The children become lateral thinkers and develop complex thinking skills. The children not only learn to read, write, or speak a language, they also learn about India, her socio-historical and cultural background. They develop a sense of responsibility towards their environment, which leads to environmental activism. Katha stories also very subtly help develop life skills like interpersonal skills. The children also develop leadership qualities. They also learn to empathize not just with themselves but with their environment. They develop kindness. They also learn to deal with emotions better. Past couple of years have been extremely tough on all of us, especially children. These stories help children cope with stress. Moreover, the stories help in developing leadership skills like curiosity, creativity, competence, critical thinking, confidence, commitment, compassion, cooperation, and citizenship. You must be wondering, why are we talking so much about stories? But stories are integral part of our lives. We are curious beings, aren't we? We want to hear stories, don't we? We tell stories because we need to. Stories tell us who we are in this world by giving the world a structure. Stories transform us into heroes, villains, victims, and martyrs. We tell and share stories every day, every moment. Stories go back as far as 27,000 years ago, when the first cave paintings were discovered. That is how humans communicated with each other at that time. It was a fundamental communication method. You would definitely remember a story which you heard when you were 9-year old, 10-year old. In other words, stories help us process and remember information better. They reshape knowledge into something meaningful. And when we listen to a story, our whole brain is put to work. Stories transcend current environment and make children think beyond and develop imagination. They teach us to be aware, to be kind, to be compassionate. And katha stands for all this and more. Katha is a narrative. Katha is imagination. Katha is Indian. It is diverse and colorful. But most importantly, it's a story. Let's look at katha stories now. There are around 593 books in 9 Indian language. We also have 104 live translations. The focus of these stories, as we've already learned, are on breaking stereotypes, health, sanitization, water, sustainability, kindness, and compassion. These stories also create visual literacy. Let's look at all the books one by one. Let's begin with Think Books. Now, Katha Think Book series teaches children about kindness, about treating other people and creatures on this earth with love and care. The next series is the World Library series, which introduces children to stories and people different than the ones they have known. Katha also has a poetry and painting series, which exposes the children to poets and painters from India and the world. When we come to Biome series, it talks about environment and sustainable development and consumption. The Fluent series help middle readers to transcend from picture books to first chapter books. We come to Easy Reader series, which helps in language development. Katha also has a gender series where we talk about breaking stereotypes and imparting gender equity and equality. Other stories are not just visually inspiring, but they also have books on real stories. We are sure you would love to read and take these books forward to your children. Thank you.